Alright. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. Welcome to Legends Never Die, a MegaMan Fan Panel. Woo! So, a little about us before we get started. My user tag is BladeCrossEXE. You can call me that, or you can just call me Blade, and I've been a fan of Mega Man for pretty much my entire life. I made a lot of great friends because of the series, including these two. And my favorite series is Battle Network, as you can tell by my Land Akari cosplay. Although my favorite Mega Man is X. You know, I'm allowed to have a distinction.
Very good taste.
How's it going? My name's Ryoji42. I go by Ryoji or Rio. I also have forgotten most of what is on my panel.
Slide this back so you can see it.
I've loved Mega Man ever since being introduced with X, but I've been a Legends fan forever, since the day I initially got Mega Man 64 from a movie gallery of all places, to date myself a little bit.
Oh yeah. Blockbuster days.
Yeah, right there with you, man.
Yeah. And then next would be me. I'm Megatorvania. Woo! I'm a VTuber, Twitch streamer, YouTuber. I play a lot of Mega Man, Metroid, and Castlevania games. Obviously, you can tell by my name. I've been also a hardcore fan for a very long time, and just trying to spread the love, trying to get more people into Mega Man and help people introduce it, because I know it can be a little bit daunting from all the different Mega Man games to get into. But yeah, it's a little bit about me.
Thank goodness for the collection, so that way every entry point is pretty accessible.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
All right, and all three of us independently run different YouTube channels. Rio and I are on one, and Megator's on his own. And our channel is called Flashing Blades, budding channel with over 5,000 subs as of recently. We do general gaming and anime content, but a large portion of it is dedicated to Mega Man. That's what the people want. That's what they keep coming back for. Is what we keep providing, because we love it too. We have a Discord, and we'd love to see you guys there. If you're interested, you can meet with us after the panel, and we'll get you a link to it. Yep. Quick reminder, this panel is being recorded. So there will be a small Q&A about like just Mega Man in general, like audience interaction at the end. So if you don't want to be on the internet, then just fair warning, this is being recorded.
And as to say, we also do accept, you know, a little bit of banter back and forth here and there.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Feel free to speak up.
Yes.
And there I am again. Yeah, I'm like I said, I stream on Twitch and YouTube. Currently, I'm playing through Battle Network 3 Blue for the first time. It's been awesome because I'm new to the Battle Network and Star Force series. I know I'm a fake Mega Man fan. I'm sorry, but
And to be fair, I haven't finished all Classic yet, so.
no, okay, that's fair. That's fair. The classic timeline I'm more familiar with, like Mega Man X, Mega Man 0, and all that.
So you can pick up where I'm lacking, and vice versa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I also do all of my own art, as you saw from the posters. By the way, once we're done with the panel, feel free to pick up a poster if you haven't gotten any yet. But I do a lot of my own art, my own digital art, as you can see in the little post right there in the PowerPoint. I drew that as well.
Yeah. If I was smart, I would have thought to add like that banner to the slideshow.
That is true.
I should have thought.
That is. I didn't think about it either.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little bit about me too.
All right. So the way this is going to work, because there are so many different Mega Man series to talk about, we're going to give you a basic rundown of what the premise of each series is, along with how the gameplay works, and other media that's involved outside of the games, because there is a smorgasbord of things to talk about here. So, getting started, we have Mega Man Classic. Got its beginnings way back in 1987 on the Famicom, and then it would, of course, come to the NES way later. Created by Keiji Inafune and Akira Kitamura. Keiji Inafune was the dominant director of the Mega Man franchise for the longest time until Mighty No. 9 happened, and then...
We don't talk about that, it's alright.
Base parts. That's just the bare bones of each game. For the Classic series, it was very simple. You would run a gauntlet of Robot Masters in each of their own independent levels. and you would take their weapons for better matchups against the rest, kind of in a rock, paper, scissors style. One boss's weapon would be the weakness of the next boss in the chain, and it will go down the list. Certain enemies that were not bosses were also weak to other weapons, and so on and so forth. You get a basic idea. You build up your arsenal, and then you just get stronger as the game goes on. After getting all of them, you go through a set of extra stages at the end, and then, of course, most of the time, a multi-stage final boss.
With a boss rush.
Yes, in almost every game, you're faced with a boss rush of the bosses you've already defeated, either in a quick, rapid succession in a single stage where you have to branch off, or sometimes they'll pepper them out through a gauntlet of stages, during the final stage run. You'll fight 2 of them here, 3 of them in the next one, then the last 2, and then you'll go on and fight the stage exclusive boss, and so on and so forth.
Really good game design, because that way if you don't get to use the boss's weakness originally, then you get to go back and do it in the boss rush.
And discover some fun facts, like some bosses are weak to their own weapons.
Yeah, or some boss have multiple weaknesses.
Yes,
So.
yes, indeed.
Looking at you, Flame Metal.
Yeah. Cut the trunk off, cut it off.
Metal Man dies in one hit to his own weapon. Upgrades. As time went on, you start off with a very basic move set. In the original Mega Man 1 and 2, you didn't really have that many mobility options. You had running, which is the same speed as walking, jumping, and shooting. But then later on, you would gain the ability to slide to get into small, low-hanging ceiling spaces. And you could pick up more upgrades that way. You could use it to dodge other enemies' attacks. And during some of the later games, you also gain the ability to charge your primary weapon, the Mega Buster, arm-mounted cannon here, and shoot off a bigger energy shot that does more damage. Items. In Mega Man 1, you had this item called the Magnet Beam, which allowed you to create just a platform to walk across. In Mega Man 2, you had different items for different types of terrain. You had one that crawls up walls. You had one that lets you glide through the air over difficult platforming sections like a rocket board. And you had one that was just like a little propeller hover pad you could create a ascending staircase with. This was later replaced with the Rush system. Rush is a little robot dog that's Mega Man's best friend and very marketable. He could transform into Rush Jet, which lets you do the same thing as item number 2. He could be a submarine, and during some of the games, he's actually an armor for Mega Man. So he gains the ability to fly around and shoot rocket fists.
You've probably seen Rush. He's like the red robot dog.
Yeah.
Most likely, even if you don't know much about Mega Man, you know about Mega Man and his dog.
Yeah.
Should get an image of Rush to put up there next time.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah, I didn't think about that either.
In the nice cartoon, they made him talk like Scooby-Doo.
Yep. He was Scooby Doo, wasn't he?
Pretty much, yeah.
I didn't even think about
Different
that.
voice actor, but same tropes, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of the cartoon, other media. There was a TV film called Upon a Star, which was a collection of 3 smaller films rolled into one. The Ruby Spears cartoon from the 90s, Mega Man Fully Charged, the CGI cartoon of 2017, a very well-made fan film, which I'm still kind of confused about its status because I've seen DVDs for it. I think those might be independently published because it's got official-looking box art and everything, but I don't think Capcom signed off on it. Either way, though, I did watch it way back in the day, and it's pretty good. And this is one point that we've heard nothing on ever since we started doing this panel 3 or 4 years ago, the upcoming official film. I've still heard nothing. Y'all heard anything about it?
No.
No? Nothing?
No. They said they're going to make it, and they're making it, and that's all we know.
We still don't know if The Rock is going to play Rockman or not. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. In Japan, I think it was listed on the slide, but I forgot to say it out loud. In Japan, he's known as Rockman instead of Mega Man.
Yes. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Otherwise, that Rock joke wouldn't make much sense.
Yeah.
If
Wait.
it's like, what is it, Mega Man? What?
I actually messed up the joke. The joke's not that The Rock plays Rockman, it's that Vin Diesel's playing Mega Man. I'm messing up the jokes here.
I don't know.
See, we've been waiting for the film to come out for so long to hear anything new that the jokes are messing up.
Yeah.
Has distorted them.
We also have several comic books and manga, and some of which are ongoing. We've had Megamix, which is a retelling of some of the classic games, but the robot designs are very detailed. They have panel lines, you can see where the bolts are in their armor, and it's really well written. It's had a couple re-releases, including, I think a couple of the issues are in full color, or at the very least, the first couple pages are in full color. Archie Comics, which are praised as some of the best media in the Mega Man franchise, same people who gave us some of the best Sonic comics, gave us Mega Man as well, and they also had Sonic crossovers.
I have to say, a really cool crossover.
Oh yeah.
Several other smaller works, which there's just way too many to get into, but some of the current ones, Udon Comics is producing Mega Man comics at the moment. There was Mega Man Timelines, which was a variety of stories from each of the different series of the original timeline. That's Classic X, Zero, ZX, and Legends. Each one got one issue, and if the issue did well, it'd be picked up for a full series. So far, the only one that has been picked up for a full series has been Mega Man X. And then Classic Mega Man had issue 0 released as a free comic book day giveaway. But hoping that the others will eventually get picked up as well.
Yeah, highly recommend the Udon comics because they're selling them still, and they're even like doing a long-running X series like they were saying. So
we shop at the same comic book store, and I go there, and he'd already bought the copies that they had in stock.
I cleaned them out. I
think they probably didn't have that many in stock to begin with, and I was just late to the punch. Oh yeah, and then we had Mega Man Powered Up. It was a remake of the original Mega Man on PSP with a couple of different bosses, a stage maker, and voice acting, and it was done in a very cutesy-looking 3D art style. It honestly kind of looked like Kirby, but it maintained all of the trademarks of your classic Mega Man games. The same difficult platforming, the same boss mechanics, the same stage layouts, and you could also play it in like a classic mode where they took out all the story and took out all the voice acting and let you just run through it like as if it was the classic game. But again, with updated graphics and again on PSP.
And I would say that's like a really good starting point if it was more accessible, because the game I feel like is a lot more easy for like newcomers, not in just in terms of like level design and just overall design of the game, redesign of the game.
And the base difficulty of Powered Up, it's not as hard as the classic NES hard that those of us who played NES games were used to.
Yeah.
So it's like you still get
Friendlier.
Yeah, it's more beginner friendly for like.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like too easy, but that's why they give you multiple difficulties to let you pick. You know.
The bad news is it's stuck on the PSP, so good luck getting your hands on that.
I mean, with the rate Capcom's belting out collections, maybe someday.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Right. No. We don't talk about it. No.
Get that off the screen.
So then we have the sequel series to classic Mega Man, Mega Man X. No, the X does not mean 10. It's a new era. It takes place roughly 100 years after the original, and it was released in 1993 for the Super Famicom and Windows DOS. The games are virtually identical, but with different sound chips, so the music was a little different. And on the PC version from back then, you could use the keyboard to put in cheat codes. The only one I remember was X Stuff, which gave you all the boss weapons and all the upgrades except the armor during like the first stage of the game. So I remember that was pretty cool. Re-released in collections in 2006, and then in the Legacy Collection in 2018. The first 3 games were on the Wii U and new 3DS Virtual Consoles, but those have since gone offline since we made this panel. So yeah, rest in peace for that.
Rest in peace.
But fortunately, again, they are still accessible. One thing I need to point out is for Mega Man X5, the localized version of the original PS1 and the Mega Man X Collection version from 2006, the main Mavericks were named after Guns N' Roses characters.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic.
It was amazing.
But then during the 2018 Legacy Collection re-release, they changed the names back to what they would have been translated as from the original Japanese version. And I'm like, that's not nearly as fun.
Yeah, no.
Like, just the name Grizzly Slash. Come on.
Axl Rose.
Axl the Red?
Axl the Red, yeah.
Duff McWhalen.
Yes, Duff McWhalen.
Duff McWhalen, dude. I was so mad when they changed it, dude. Oh.
So, upgrades here. Now, with the new game consoles and new game direction, we had to kind of up the stakes and up the specs a bit. Now, your mobility has been increased to where you can now climb up walls without the use of a special item, and when you get the certain armor parts, you can even dash. Like, it's not just sliding, like, sliding was faster, but now you get like a rocket-boosted dash to where you can jump over pits, and you can, like, speed climb up walls, and it's really good for, like, boss fights. It's just really fun, satisfying gameplay.
The momentum, it really shifts everything because it makes it a lot more momentum-based. Because if you keep dashing, you're going to move like way faster, and you're going to be able to dodge things a lot more often rather than just walking around.
Yes. And I always forget to talk about this during the classic segment, but for stage layouts, in the original games for the NES, it was almost like single screen obstacle course kind of deal, where you would have to reach the edge of the screen would scroll, you have a new screen to go through. But in this one, no more of that except for right before the boss of the level. Now it was all one continuous screen, and in order to keep the momentum going, they had to up your speed, which is where the dashing comes in. So once you get the dash parts, you're going to be dashing all over the place. And most of the bosses were now animal-based. Again, I keep forgetting to talk about the Robot Masters. Like, remind me to fix that next time around.
Yeah.
We really just gloss over them, don't we?
We did, yes.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I was going to say, the Robot Masters, real quick, are bots made by Wily, which is usually who Mega Man fights a lot of times. But they usually are named after, like, you know, Metal Man, Wig Man. They usually have, like, a man at the end, and usually some kind of, like, gimmick.
Do X or Y thing, man or woman.
Right.
Yeah. And then, but in the X series, now it's like Flame Mammoth. Now it's based off of animals and, like, some kind of gimmick in animal. So.
Yeah, in the first game you had Chill Penguin, who is a penguin that shoots ice. You have Storm Eagle, who is a wind-powered, eagle robot. And like you said,
the coolest one.
he's got the best music at least.
Definitely.
Well,
Ooh,
either him or Spark Mandrill.
Dude,
that was kind of up in the air.
man, Boomer Quanger's my favorite.
Yes.
Spark Mandrill never
Oh,
sticks around
okay.
long enough for me to hear it.
X
Fair
one's
enough.
like, you could pick anyone, and I'd be like, yeah, that's a Mega theme.
Yeah, the entire X1 soundtrack is fantastic.
Yeah.
So, what innovate past the classics, you now get armor upgrades, and each new game brings a new armor to the table. And in addition to getting dash parts, you also get body armor to make you take less damage. What your helmet part does depends on what the game is, and a buster upgrade, which lets you now charge your special weapons for some pretty awesome attacks. Like one of the attacks you get in the first game, Boomerang Cutter, that throws a boomerang. Charge it up, it shoots giant laser boomerangs all over the screen.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, some of them are literal screen nukes that just destroy literally everything on screen, and it should be banned. The story got way more involved. In the first games, again, you got a little bit of story here and there. It was, yeah, this guy's kidnapped, go save him. Or we have a new threat. Oh, it turns out it's actually Wily the whole time. But then with the X series, you would get cutscenes in between some of the missions. Not every mission, but like some of the more bigger ones. And then you would have different antagonists show up, and then you would have some middle of the game events like, oh, we're trying to collect these robot parts. Oh, they got stolen. We gotta go fight these guys and get it back. Oh, we failed. So now we have a branching path, and so on and so forth, and just a lot more character development in general.
Yeah, I think the X series is when it starts to actually have some really cool lore. Not to say that classic Mega Man doesn't have cool lore, but the X lore start to when they start to build up mysteries, and it is like highly recommend checking out Mega Man lore if you haven't yet.
Another thing to make note of is that looking at the timeline of release order, the first 6 classic Mega Man games released, and then the next Mega Man game to release was Mega Man X on the SNES. And then after that, we got Mega Man 7, also on the SNES. So we were running 2 game series at the same time that were set 100 years apart from each other, telling different stories, but they were feeding into each other to build upon the lore. Because X takes place in the future, so how does Classic get there?
Yeah.
We didn't always just have a straight pipeline, but we did have hints sprinkled in, especially in some of the side games.
And that's what makes like the Mega Man lore so interesting and kind of builds up that mystery of like how did we get here?
It's just like, is there that Always Sunny in Philadelphia meme, the guy with like the like all the
yeah. It's like all crazy, yeah.
X has other media as well. There's a couple of well-known manga that you see right here. Then we have the Day of Sigma OVA. In addition to Mega Man Powered Up for PSP, the first Mega Man X game got a 3D remake on PSP, but done in more traditional, like not as cutesy-looking art style. And it was released on PSP, and it came with a bonus OVA called The Day of Sigma. It's roughly 30 minutes long, full anime art style, and it gives you basically a prequel lead-in to the first Mega Man X game, showing you how the main conflict is being set up. And my favorite part about it, Mega Man X is voiced by Mark Gotha, the same guy who does Domon Kashu from Mobile Fighter G Gundam. And it is flawless.
So highly recommend it. Another cool thing is it's all on YouTube. So
Yes.
you can actually watch the whole movie on YouTube. Highly recommend it, especially if you're trying to get into the Mega Man series. If you want a little bit of a taste of the lore, definitely check it out. It's once again Mega Man X Day of Sigma. You can check it out on YouTube. It's really good. quick, really good 30-minute movie.
Yeah. Several comics and tie-ins. Like I said, we have these 2 manga right here. There was Comic Bonbon and the Irregular Hunter Rockman X manga. This one up top is the one published by Comic Bonbon. This one down here is Irregular Hunter. Instead of just calling them evil robots, in the Mega Man X series, robots are called Mavericks in the English version and Irregulars in the Japanese version. So what it would translate to, if it was in English, would be Maverick Hunter X, which is what the PSP game was called.
Yes.
Then we also have the New Adventures of Mega Man, which don't recommend. That's that. If you ever seen this really weird, like Brazilian comic that gets memed on a lot, that's what its title in English would be. And the Mega Man X has also been mentioned in the Archie comics and has had a couple of issues that are part of the Mega Man brand, but it was never branded as Mega Man X, if that makes sense. Like X got his own episodes and crossovers with Sonic. And then I did already talk about the Maverick Hunter remake. It's not a straight one-to-one. There are some differences here and there. The biggest one is, again, the voice acting. Some of the gameplay speed is slightly changed. And new playable character, you can play as Vile, one of the main antagonists of the first game. You can run the whole story through his point of view. Yes, Kirite.
In Powered Up, you could also play as the bosses in that game as well, right?
Yes. Yeah, I just forgot to mention that because I am a scrub when it comes to Classic. I knew about it, I just forgot to talk about it. And if you got the DLC, you can play as Proto Man and Roll and Unarmored Mega Man.
That's actually really
Correct.
I didn't
A lot of
know that
DLC
on my
customers as well.
cool. Yeah.
That one might actually be a 100% the game unlock everything and not a DLC, but I forgot.
Yes.
So yes, thank you.
And the new adventures. So we talked about this briefly in the last year's panel that I hosted
At KamiCon High.
at KamiCon High. Yeah, and for those that don't know, the reason why that comic is so bad is it was during a time where Capcom was like licensing Mega Man to like pretty much everyone, and pretty much they just made up their own stories. Like they had no idea about anything about the source material, and it was really bad. And that's why it's like, read it at your own risk. It's also very saucy, so be careful. Your discretion advised. So they just didn't even care. They just wrote whatever they felt like.
Some of the character designs did definitely take influence from the Ruby Spears cartoon, at least.
That is true.
But so Capcom just licensing Mega Man out to anybody. Is that how we got the DOS games?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Because
that explains a lot.
So back then, even Nintendo used to do that. Because
Really?
that's right. Because there was even a Mario Brothers on the PC at one point, like a DOS Mario Brothers. Because back then, gaming companies weren't really confident with their IPs. Because it was the 80s, and a lot of people were just like, oh well.
Still coming off the heels of the game crash. you know.
Yeah. So we're like, let's get our name out there. Like we don't care how, just get it out there, and that's why we get a lot of really weird products.
Comment about the DOS games. The Classic series did have a couple of games for MS-DOS. You had Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 3. There was no Mega Man 2. But the graphics were weird, gameplay's not very good, there was pretty much no music, and most of the Robot Masters looked really weird, and as far as I know, the source code does not exist anymore.
Yeah.
From what I've been told.
Yeah, it is highly do not recommend playing the DOS games unless you want to torture yourself.
Because it's also very bad to emulate as well.
Oh, is it?
That's what I've been told. I've never done it myself, but I've been told that it does not run well on emulation.
Yeah.
Because there's never been like a full like source code leak, or no one has put in the effort to decompile the whole thing. So it's considered abandonware at this point.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, it makes sense because I don't know
It doesn't
what.
help that DOS is just terrible to work with.
Yeah.
In the first place.
Yeah, I mean, like it's you don't. Why would you set up like so hard just to play a game to hurt yourself? You know,
Right.
like,
just go play the NES games instead.
yeah.
At least then the challenge is rewarding.
I know, right?
Technically not Mega Man Zero. So the game series was titled Mega Man Zero, but Zero is not a Mega Man. Hence why it has this title. Yeah, this was pretty much the edgy phase. First released in 2002 for Game Boy Advance. The story was darker and way more violent. And the ZX arc here is Mega Man meets Power Rangers.
The however, Mega Man Zero I think is a really cool sequel, especially if you
Absolutely.
especially if you play
Right.
through the X series.
Yeah.
This is where they really start digging into the lore of the Mega Man series and really start to raise the questions of like what determines sentience.
So, For the gameplay, it was a streamlined version of the Mega Man X engine. You still had the wall jumping, the dashing, and charging your primary weapon. But now, you no longer collected weapons from the bosses. Instead, you picked up different weapons as the story went on, and you would have an arsenal of 3 or 4 weapons by the time the game was done. You had things like the Z-Saber, the Z-Buster, a boomerang shield, and depending on the game, you would get a spear, like a chain whip, or some tonfas that could be charged up and like basically pogo stick yourself around the room.
The spear rods.
Yeah.
I forget about the chain rod, yeah.
So,
triple rod, chain rod.
A little bit about Zero. Zero was another main character in the X series,
Yes.
and he was a lot more melee based. And since now he's the main character, they would concentrate on Zero being a lot more like using different kinds of different melee weapons instead of just a sword. Now he has, like I said, the spear, the tonfas, and all the others.
Yeah, he's
weapons.
the red armor, blonde hair boy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting the second game, he got a lightsaber and he just never put it down.
Yeah, if you played Marvel vs. Capcom, you've probably seen him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Infinite, he's busted.
It's funny because I feel like a lot more people know Zero from those games than his actually own games.
Nowadays, probably, yeah. And this guy right here, I don't know if you can see my mouse on the screen. This is the same character. This is still Zero. He just looks different because they got a different artist.
Yeah,
Canonically, he looks the same, even though the game takes place 100 years later and robots can get upgraded, so why not just play into it? That's what the Archie comics did.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we say that the story got edgy, it's a dystopian future, and it looks like Mega Man is the villain in the first game, at least. So, to set the scene for you, when you start the first game, after the title screen, the very first thing you get is a squad of soldiers running away from a bunch of faceless robots, and they're just getting gunned down left and right, and there's blood spraying all over the place, and you're like, what is going on here? I thought this was Mega Man.
We get the same
This is
game.
awesome.
So, yeah. Like he said, it does delve into the idea of robotic advancement and sentience and being classified as a living thing versus humanity. And there's a lot of lore to delve into here, and I feel like it's a fun discussion point now, especially with the rise of generative AI and robotics and all that. And bottom line is, even in the world of fiction, as much as we love Mega Man, it all ends in disaster. Sorry.
Yeah, make sure if you ever program robots, always follow the Asimov laws. As soon as you get rid of the Asimov laws, things always go haywire.
But that's not foolproof, though. Have you seen iRobot?
I mean, that is true, right? I mean, you just have to make it stricter.
Right.
Oh, for those that don't know the Asimov laws, it's like robots can't kill a human, robots must always obey a human, and a robot can't interfere with the first 2 rules. That means like a human can't tell a robot to kill somebody else, kind of thing. So as long as they follow the Asimov laws very strictly, I feel like we'd be okay with robots. Just make sure you don't mess with those laws.
Right. So, and then suddenly everyone is Mega Man. That's when we get to the ZX game. So from Classic to X, there's a 100-year time skip. From X to 0, another 100 years. From 0 to ZX, yet another 100 years. And by the time we get to the year 23XX for the Mega Man 0 timeline, or for the Mega Man 0 series, we call them Mega Man Power Rangers. It's because they have these things called biometals and certain, are they replicas or are they cyborgs at this point? I have trouble keeping track.
They're biometals. Are you talking about between humans and?
The people who can use the biometals.
Yeah, they're like, they actually don't really have a term. I think it's called Mega Man.
Yes,
it's called Mega
they are
Man.
called the Mega Man. So that's
Yeah.
anyone who can use one is called a Mega Man, and that's why it's called Mega Man ZX. And at this point in the timeline, Mega is an acronym, so that's why they keep using it. Kind of like in Gundam Seed, how Gundam means it's like actually an acronym, depending on the suit.
And that's what makes the mystery so cool is the classic timeline, like Mega Man, Mega Man X, Mega Man 0, Mega Man ZX, and Mega Man Legends. It's all the same timeline. It's not different universes. They actually go all together, and it's up to us to piece together what happens between them. That's from all the hints they give us. And that's why Mega Man lore is so interesting.
And then we have other media here as well, but not a lot compared to the others. There was a Mega Man 0 manga, but it's not good. Just don't.
They
don't.
made it a comedy? I don't know why.
Oh. This is bad comedy.
Yeah, they made like a super dark and like really interesting and like thought-provoking story and turned it into a comedy. I don't know why they did that.
And it didn't quite go full Teen Titans Go, but it's not far from it.
Yeah. Rest in spaghetti.
I haven't
Never
thought
forget
about it in that context.
Yeah, it
Hurts
is.
a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah,
Some of the action scenes are good at least, and has a couple of good ideas here and there, but on the whole, no.
yeah.
Mega Man ZX manga, on the other hand, I actually don't know if that one's any good or not. I will say,
I actually read it. It's actually very good.
Good.
It does take a few liberties here and there, but highly recommend it. I don't know if it's easy accessibly.
I mean,
like, can you get it now?
compared to the Zero manga, which I don't think made it outside Japan, ZX at least did show up here in the States. I've been
Yes.
seeing that at Books A Million. So.
Yes, I actually have physical copies of
There you
the
go.
books, so it's actually very good. Very good.
No anime adaptation, which I think,
Sad.
yeah, exactly. I think this is the one. If you were to adapt any of them to an anime, this is the one that would fit the best. Because again, Zero is like, if you play Marvel vs. Capcom, you know he's all about the hack and slash. Like he could almost be Virgil. Actually, if you play Mega Man X Dive, he is Virgil. But
Have you, if you watched the anime Casher and Sins, I feel like that is a very close description or a very close anime of what a Mega Man Zero anime would be like. It's a character who's going through like a really like destroyed world, and he's trying to like fix it from all like the corruption and everything going on in it. So.
I'll have to look into that one after the panel's over.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's the cover art for the Mega Man Zero manga and the ZX manga. You can tell which one looks better.
See what I'm talking about? They turned it in like, yes, Teen Titans Go.
There's I have my own laundry list of confused complaints about it, but we don't have time to get into it.
Yeah, we got a lot of slides.
And then we have Mega Man Legends,
My favorite of the bunch.
the namesake of this panel. It's a whole new world, released in 1979 for PlayStation, and then was later ported to the Nintendo 64 as Mega Man 64, because that's what every game was on the 64 back then. This is the endpoint of the main original timeline. As Megatroid said, it goes Classic, X, Zero, ZX, and while those four had a 100-year time gap, we don't know how long in the future Legends is.
Yeah.
It's just some currently undetermined amount of time later. And this is where a lot of the lore does get into kind of conspiracy theory, because you have to ask yourself, how much of history was lost and how much of it was retaught? Because they do make references to real-world events in Mega Man Legends, but no direct references to events of other Mega Man games. So we're like, where is it? Like, what's going on here? What's the story here?
They make a few references here and there, like a few items, like the...
the Zero poster hanging in the clubhouse. You can find the Z-Saber toy. You can find a Kalinka on a magazine. That's
I think
a
it was
character
like
from 4, 5.
I think it was like the X, like to get the
Shining laser.
The shining laser.
Yeah, X-Buster, yeah.
X-Buster.
X-Buster Prison Crystal, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, what also makes Legends so interesting is it's the very end of the timeline. That means, like, this is where the story ends. And that's what makes it so interesting, where it's like, whoa, like, this is where everything that all of the other Mega Mans have come together for this final part.
Which also makes it suck all the worse that we're probably just not getting 3.
Yeah, that's a whole can of worms.
There were 2 numbered games, and then a third spin-off that I think could be counted as mainline, but we'll get there in a sec. Now for something completely different. Rather than being a side-scrolling platformer like every other game up to this point, and a lot that will come afterward, this one was a 3D dungeon crawler. Legends of Zelda?
Yeah.
Now for the curveball. Mega Man Legends actually released before Zelda Ocarina of Time. On PlayStation 1 it did. But then later when it was ported to N64, it came out after Ocarina of Time. But there are a lot of similarities. You go around in different dungeons, you collect crystals. The main currency are tiny crystals that are like that big. They look kind of like rupees. You find weapons and items, you get keys, you open doors and you defeat bosses. It does feel like a Zelda game, but it's Mega Man. So while it didn't rip off Ocarina of Time directly, I do feel like it could have taken inspiration from some of the earlier Zelda titles, probably.
Yeah, this is one of those games where I recommend if you like RPGs, like open world RPGs and stuff like that. Highly recommend if you just want to start at Legends. I think that's a great starting point if you like those style of games.
We'll get into the accessibility of this one here in a minute.
Also, funnily enough, if you like archaeology in video games,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like if you really want to go underground and just explore every single nook and cranny of a dungeon, this is the one I would recommend.
Yeah, there's a lot of like there's a lot of secrets, a lot of hidden stuff. Just going through a lot of ancient technology all the time, and it's very cool. Highly recommend.
And if you see a crack in a wall, there's probably something in it.
Yeah, check every crack in every wall because there's a loot everywhere.
So there were 3 main games. We had Mega Man Legends, that we had a spin-off called Mitch Adventures of Tron Bonne, where you play as one of the antagonists of the first game, and it's basically Grand Theft Auto but Mega Man. But you're playing as a pirate girl waifu, Sky Pirate waifu.
Yep.
And then you have Mega Man Legends 2, which is so far the end of the timeline if we're not taking X-Dive into account.
Yep.
Actually, that's its own can of worms. But Mega Man Legends 2, the end of the timeline, and was also released on PlayStation 1. Other media, there was a manhwa. Now, I can't remember what country this is from. There is a distinction, depending on how you spell it.
Korea.
Korea? Okay.
South Korea.
South Korea. Because, yes. And I do think it's kind of crazy because that scene right there, he's fighting a giant airship, and he used the blade arm to just Virgil that thing into pieces. I'm like, you can't do that in the game. Why not?
I don't even think you can hit it with the blade arm in the game.
You can't. Not very Still awesome, though.
Oh, FYI.
Yes.
10 minutes. We got 10 minutes left.
That's it? Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Didn't give us all the time.
We gotta
Yep.
blitz this
All right.
thing.
Other media. There was mobile games for some not smartphones because smartphones didn't exist. There was a golf game, and then there was an edutainment game that was not Japanese. I think that one was from Taiwan.
That sounds right.
I'll have to double check on that. Mega Man, aren't they technically all .exe? Because, coding, programming. So, give me the straight skinny.
Jokes. I apologize.
Straight skin on this one. Cyber Chase meets Yu-Gi-Oh! It is Mega Man, but he's no longer a robot. He is now an AI that plugs into the internet, and you fight using cards, or battle chips as they call them. The future of yesterday is now, because these games came out about 20 years ago, and a lot of the technology we have now matches what they had in the games back then that seemed so futuristic, way back when, and now it's just everyday life.
We could do this.
Released in 2001 for Game Boy Advance. It is not a creepypasta despite having .exe at the end of the name.
See, I didn't actually catch that. I had to get told, like, oh, that's right, .exe. I forgot about all those creepypastas.
Sonic.exe, all those, Formula we've all come to love. It basically, you fight on a 3x3 grid, both you and your opponent, and then you use battle chips to give Mega Man weapons and different abilities, and you swing until one of you goes down. It's not entirely turn-based, and you are allowed to dodge. So yes, get used to dodging. It's not complete turn-based combat, so when we say card-based, we don't mean like a traditional card game. You don't just play swap legs till one of you falls. There actually is strategy involved in the gameplay.
Yeah, I have to, so a best way to describe it is imagine an action RPG mixed with a card battler. So if you like card battling games and action RPGs, you're gonna like this game.
The way, yes.
Like Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories?
That's a better
pretty
analog,
close.
but you can see here you're confined to your grid. You can steal opponents' spaces to move around, but that is a better analog than just saying turn-based, like something like Pokemon.
So
we're gonna have to add that. That's a really good comparison.
Yeah.
And they came out around the same time too, so that's a very good comparison there. Yes.
like the reason why it's action based is you actually use your moves at the same time, which is almost like a fighting game in a way. But the way why it's turn based is because whenever you switch out your chips, it pauses.
Right.
It pauses the fight,
like
and then you switch out your chips with whatever. And your chips are like your moves. Like let's say you have your cannon or whatever you pick, and that decides your moves of that turn.
So you see that little bar at the top of the little screenshot right there? That's the custom gauge. When it fills up, you're allowed to select new battle chips for that turn, up to 5, and you can combine them for different different attacks and abilities and such. You are allowed to move about the entire grid at your own pace, so you can dodge that shockwave that's coming at you. There was countless different bits of merchandise and figures and all that, and there was at least 2 manga. One of which was called Mega Man NT Warrior by Ryo Takamasaki. Excellent read, it is fantastic, and all of the main volumes have been translated in English. Then there was also Battle Story Mega Man NT Warrior that was released in Japan, a few different countries in Asia, and France, but it never got released here in the United States. But if you can read French, then, good luck.
You can do Google Translate.
They actually put a lot of effort into this anime, so rather than it just kind of being a cobbled together cheesy superhero cartoon from the 90s or whatever the heck Captain N was supposed to be. They actually put in a lot of effort, and the Battle Network anime called Mega Man NT Warrior, it had several different series, and each series was upwards of 50 episodes. And you'd have full character arcs, you would have like full games worth of story arcs in the anime with pretty good animation and most of the time pretty good writing.
I was so jealous of all the Mega Man Network fans. They got everything they wanted. What happened to X-Man? He didn't get an anime? What the? No, I'm just kidding.
And the thing is, Battle Network is still super popular in Japan, so we are still getting new material to this day. New thing introduced that was exclusive to the anime was dimensional areas and cross fusion. I already made the Power Rangers joke, but like Lan, Mega Man's human, companion, he can wear Mega Man like a Power Ranger suit in the anime during certain parts of it. That's just the simplest way to describe it.
Yeah.
It did kind of rip off Digimon just a little bit, I mean,
I see you. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm being serious here. It did kind of rip off Digimon. But the thing is, we actually we have the receipts. This is from one of the developers.
Ripped off Digimon.
When they were developing the first Battle Network game, they went and consumed a lot of different media to get inspiration, and Digimon Our War Game was among them, along with the Matrix, apparently. So yeah. We don't mean that in a disrespectful way. We love Digimon. We love Digimon. But like, I mean, some of these things make me quirk.
And we love Battle Network as well.
Oh yes.
Yes. We're just poking jabs.
So, the direct sequel to Battle Network, Mega Man Star Force, takes place about 200 years after the Battle Network series. Direct sequel, it came out in 2006 for the DS, and they did finally announce that this one is also getting a Legacy Collection in March, finally. So that means that there's only one mainline Mega Man series that has not gotten a collection yet.
We're getting more love, let's go!
So, the same, but different, but still the same. So now it's a POV over-the-shoulder kind of deal, but you're still confined to a grid. But rather than moving up and down, you move side to side, you dodge enemy attacks, and you do have a shield ability that can block most attacks, and there's some that are just completely undodgeable, so you have to use your shield to block them. And you select battle cards to use, and
yeah, it's also a card battle.
Also card-based,
but
with a slightly more restricted movement. But that just means that you got new mechanics to learn. This time it's not the internet, but it's just electromagnetic waves in general, which the internet is comprised of electromagnetic waves, so it's kind of the same thing, but not exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of the enemies are based after constellations, which I absolutely love this kind of naming scheme. You have characters like Cygnus Wing, you have Cancer Bubble, who's an angry little crab guy, Gemini Thunder, who is a character that gets two bodies to attack at the same time, Taurus Fire, who's a giant flaming bull, and you also have characters like Andromeda, Sirius, and the list goes on and on. Star Force has some peak character designs when it comes to the Mega Man series. Like
I haven't even played the Star Force games yet, but highly recommend looking at the Star Force art, and it is amazing. They cooked with those character designs.
Yeah, absolutely. This anime actually was pretty good as well, and they did not make it to the third series, however. They only got up to Mega Man Star Force 2. And the funny thing about the English dub is we only got the first half of the first series, and then it just kind of fell off and we never got the rest of the dub. But currently, in celebration of the Star Force collection coming out, Capcom is releasing the anime on their YouTube channel, so you can watch those both in English, and if you go to the Japanese channel, you can watch the Japanese one as well, but it's not subtitled. It is not at all related to the Battle Network anime, despite the games being directly connected. But the two animes are not, as far as I'm aware. At least in all that I've watched, I've never seen a direct connection. Like I said, only went up through Star Force 2. And this one also had a manga, which it looks fantastic, but I haven't had the chance to actually sit down and read it yet. But those illustrations look great.
Same. We're fake Mega Man fans, I'm sorry.
There's so much to consume so little time. Games trapped in the past. A bunch of games that currently have not been re-released in any format at all. Like we have Mega Man and Soccer. We have Mega Man Soccer, which is exactly what it sounds like. We have Mega Man and Bass, which is my personal favorite game from the classic series because you get to play as Mega Man's rival, Bass. Rockboard, which is pretty much Mega Man Mario Party on the NES before Mario Party was a thing. Monopoly with Mega Man characters.
That is crazy. I never even knew about that.
Battle and Chase, which is Mega Man Mario Kart, and it's every bit as fantastic as it sounds. The whole Legends series, the most recent way you could get that, or at least the mainline 3, was on the PlayStation 3 PSN store. If it still works for you on your PS3, go get it. Each game is like $5, worth it.
It's in my list.
Yeah.
Mega Man X3 had a different version than the SNES one. You had the PlayStation 1 and Sega Saturn edition, which had different sound effects, and it also had an anime-style opening, ending, and intro for each of the bosses whenever you select their stage. The PS1 version did get re-released in the 2006 Mega Man X collection, but is not since resurfaced. Mega Man Extreme 1 and 2, like the first 3 X games, 3DS Virtual Console is the most recent way to play it.
Real quick, 2 minutes.
Yes. Okay, 2 minutes. Speed up. Several other games, but the mobile games listed down here did recently get decompiled, and you can play them via emulation, but legally I cannot recommend that.
If you see how the high seas, you know. It's...
I can't stop you, but I'm not going to tell you to do it. X-Dive and other various crossovers. X-Dive is a big compilation crossover game where you get like all of the main games and characters from each one kind of mixed and matched in there. And it was a gacha game on mobile, but now it's an offline game on Steam where you can get all of the base content except for some of the like cool crossovers that they did, like the Devil May Cry and Monster Hunter crossovers aren't in there without mods.
Tragic.
Yeah. But I've heard that modding it's pretty easy, and this game goes on sale all the time. So it is Steam Deck compatible, so it should be pretty easy to get.
What also makes it so interesting is not many gacha games get preserved. You know, once a gacha game goes away, it's gone forever.
Right.
They actually preserve that. Oh, did you have a hand raise?
I was going to say, it went offline right after, I think the Devil May Cry collab.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's when I came back to it. And I got Zero Virgil, and I was having such a good time. And I think like it was like a month or so later, it's like, oh, we're going offline. I was like, oh.
Well, if you get the offline version and get mods, you can actually mod it back.
Can be
I was actually looking at it. It's in my list right now.
It's very easy to do. So
I'm sure it's already a Steam Workshop thing. All you need to do is just subscribe.
It is, yes.
Oh wow, really? Wow, I didn't even know that. I did it the hard way.
Countless other crossovers, like we mentioned earlier, Marvel vs. Capcom. Dead Rising likes to reference Mega Man a lot. You see Frank West with the Surbot head all the time. Street Fighter references them a lot. And they've also had miscellaneous crossovers with Duel Masters, Metabots, Dragon Poker, and a little-known Konami game called Boktai. Various fan games. Battle Network Chrono X is the best one that we played so far. There's also Mega Man Unlimited, Star Force Endwave. I haven't heard anything new about that one. I think that was a demo that closed recently. I did try to find out something about that. Mega Man Maker is a fan-made game. It's like the Mega Man powered up stage creator, but it's done Mario Maker style to where you can like change different levels and just go crazy with it. Various ROM hacks and different mods, and
There they are.
recent updates. We already talked about the mobile game preservations. There's been a couple of new manga released in addition to the Udon comics. They're called, the English titles are Mr. Mega Man and Little Mega Man, where in Japan they were called Rockman-san and Rockman-chan, or the Rockman-kun. It's one of the two, I can never remember.
I think Romain.
Right. And Dual Override, which
Mega
is
Dual Override!
Mega Man 12, but we're not calling it Mega Man 12. Capcom has said
Pretty much.
it's effectively Mega Man 12, but they don't want to use a numbered system. Like, for their games in general, they're wanting to get away from the numbering of their games. Oh, yeah. This, oh, wait.
No,
Is it not?
We might have to
Yeah,
skip
so,
that.
okay. We talked about Mega Man Fully Charged earlier. It was a CGI cartoon back from 2017. Recently on YouTube, the original 2D pilot has been posted, the full 22-minute thing, and these are just a couple quick screenshots. I thought we had longer than we do, I'm sorry. So, but we had the intro here. But yeah, you can go watch it on YouTube, just the full pilot. It's not spectacular, but it's better than what the final show was. Hopes for the future. Since the Battle Network Collection has done record-breaking sales and the Star Wars Collection is just over the horizon, I'm pretty sure that we are eventually going to get Legends 3 and hopefully an X9. That's what I'm really holding out for. Also, I'm going to make a prediction right here. You heard it here first. Capcom really loves to do things with anniversaries. Next year is the 30-year anniversary of the Mega Man Legends franchise. Legends is the only one to not get a collection so far. I'm predicting it now. If it doesn't release next year, because we're getting Dual Override next year, they're at least going to announce it for next year. Or they're going to announce it next year. calling it here right now, we're going to find out something new about Mega Man Legends gaming content in 2027. Predicting it now. Alright, and we got to wrap up because the next panel is waiting on us. So thank you all for coming. If you want to check out either of our Discord servers or our YouTube and Twitch, then you can get with us. And thank you for coming. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your con. Peace out.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, the QR codes are here too, in case you need any more information. Thank you guys. Also, if you didn't get one, feel free to grab one.